from the time when we established Coffee Aid as a formal NGO in Benguet 2004, we've seen farmers, families now having regular compensation, because one of the things that Coffee Aid does also is to give them an advance buying program. We have investors, encourage investors to put in an amount each month so that the farmers get regular income. And at the time of harvest, this investor or this buyer will get, of course, the produce that he invested for, and then he can sell the beans to Cordillera Coffee at a certain profit. So he had an ROI in the end, and at the same time helped the farmers, and at the same time provided supply of the coffee to the shop, which is the marketing arm of Coffee Aid. So Coffee Aid is the supply arm, and then Cordillera Coffee is the marketing arm, and the investors are helping give the farmers regular income every month. Because it's difficult for example, you'd get paid just once a year. It would be hard to, spend for our families, for our needs. So we thought of that idea that each farmer family would get regular compensation in anticipation for the year that they projected. So that's one thing. And we also put up volunteer programs for young professionals, for students to be involved in planting coffee trees in the summer. So that's around April, May, or June, the first weeks of June, and coffee harvesting and processing of coffee, which happens around November or December. So volunteer programs, and we also provided insurance for the farmers, because they sometimes take it for granted, but their membership comes with insurance also, and training, continuous training for organic farming and things that they could do to improve their farms and other means of improving their livelihood.
Okay, that sounds really great. So aside from the ROI and added income to help their families, how else does Coffee Aid empower the indigenous farmers in Benguet?
I believe Coffee Aid has somehow helped in empowering the indigenous farmers by making them feel that they are important, in the sense that without them, we won't have the best coffee. Or that if we stop coffee farming, we won't have something that we can be proud of. And we believe we have empowered them in the sense that we've raised the price for coffee, because if something is so cheap, sometimes we take it for granted, but it's so you don't really get to appreciate the importance of something. So we really fought for a good price for the coffee farmers, because we believe they deserve it. And in the mountains, it's really hard to plant coffee and harvest and process. We've seen their hard work, and they really deserve a good price for that. At parang hindi tama na binabarat sila ng mga middlemen. And I think doing that, pushing for fair price for the coffee, has really empowered them. Now they can say, if someone tries to buy the coffee from them at a very low price, they can say na, but someone buys it from us at 120 per kilo, or even now, it's up to 150 or 160 a kilo. So they can demand for the price of the good coffee, and it actually raised also their vigilance to keep planting coffee and maintaining the standards of organic coffee farming, and so on. They really grow the best coffee.
Well, that's amazing. But what comes to mind is, so they're able to demand for the price of their coffee, has it also kind of made them bolder in terms of like, approaching clients? Or at times, approaching, have you seen the difference?
Yes, we do. We did actually, because there was one time when we were communicating with a farmer member of Coffee Aid, and she was saying that there's this other coffee company who tried to buy coffee from them, but she said we're already with Coffee Aid and they're taking care of us and they're doing these things for us. So we know that their loyalty is there because, of course, this other coffee company is trying to get the coffee at a much lower price. And they're not thinking anymore of selling their coffee to other clients like that, or other middlemen who try to get it at a very, very low price, like it was, like how it was before.
Okay, thank you. You mentioned kanina about volunteer programs, like the tree planting and then tree harvesting. Kailan kayo nag-start kumuha ng volunteers?
We started in 2007. We were thinking of doing that when we started the program, but mobilizing people and organizing the logistics of it didn't come easy. So we started with a group of 12 volunteers who went up the mountains and helped the farmers harvest coffee. It's just the first stage actually. We were doing coffee cherry picking. We thought it was easy, but it was not actually because the coffee farms were in slopes. They're on the mountain, and it actually involves and these are city kids, and we had even balikbayan volunteers, so they're used to US to the US and cosmopolitan cities. So it was an effort going to the place also because it involved some hiking, and that was the first time in 2007 when we went to Atok. It's one of the communities that we help, and a lot of farmers in Atok are coffee growers who are members of Coffee Aid. So 2007, then in 2008 we decided to plant new coffee seedlings. So that was May 2008, and then we continued on. So it's slowly becoming a tradition that for the summer we plant coffee, and then for December we harvest coffee, hot and harvest coffee, and process coffee. Last year we actually did more than picking. We also did drying. We also did with the volunteers. We also did using the wooden pulper. It's very traditional. It's used to skin the coffee cherries, and we also did the drying of the coffee and the pagbabayo. up to that stage. So slowly we're developing the volunteer programs to make it more complete or holistic, in a sense that every volunteer would experience the whole process of growing and harvesting coffee. And in this way we want to instill the appreciation for coffee farmers, because I believe they're one of the most neglected people in our society. They really toil a lot. Yes, the coffee farmers. They really toil a lot, and they do hard labor, and we fail to realize that sometimes.
So if you try to scale up the volunteer programs, that means you have to invest more in terms of equipment. How about that?
Yes, we've been wanting to come up